In today's video, we're going to be going over some of my favorite NEOS high income ETFs, which side note, NEOS might be one of my favorite providers across all high income ETFs, and that's across the entire market. Now, a lot of investors always turn to NEOS ETFs when it comes to foundational, sort of tried and true high income ETFs that don't offer crazy decay over time, but also offer consistent high income, at least since inception. So with that being said, let's go through all the NEOS ETFs. I'm going to share with you guys, like I mentioned, my favorites. Right after you drop a like down below, subscribe, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has already helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker, the one I use all the time on my videos, has also helped so many investors stay organized and has actually helped them see their dividend income grow. Well, today I have something even better for you guys. When you click the first link down below in my description and you grab my A to Z dividend investing ebook, today you're not only going to get the ebook, but you're also going to be getting the custom dividend tracker, which you can use to track your own dividend income ongoingly. Get direct access to my personal email where you guys can email me any questions regarding dividend investing. You're also going to receive a link to view all of my holdings inside my 7-figure dividend portfolio and see all the positions I add and take away ongoingly. And you're going to get for absolutely free my brand new high yield dividend investing ebook, where I show you the power of maximizing some of these high yielding ETFs and teach you everything there is to know about that also. This is going to be your one shot to grab everything inside of one single bundle, but you got to move quick because I'm not going to offer this for long. Now with all that, let's get back into the video. So first of all, we're talking about NEOS funds. If you guys are dividend investors, if you're high income investors, you definitely know about these ETFs and likely already have some of them in your long-term portfolio. Now, I've owned the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF and the NASDAQ 100 high income ETF pretty much since I started trading, and I really never shut up about either one of them. Now, BTCI, the Bitcoin high income ETF, has also been in my portfolio for quite some time now and is also generally loved across the high income community. Now, sorting all the NEOS ETFs from highest distribution rate to lowest, we have BTCI, the Bitcoin high income ETF, coming in at number 1 with 28.36% distribution rate. Net assets are over 785 million as of right now. The inception date for BTCI was October of last year, so over this time frame, Bitcoin has really rose and has recently dropped a lot, so BTCI is definitely going along for the ride. Now, the lowest yielding NEOS ETF is going to be the Enhanced Income 1 to 3 month T-bill ETF. I personally have never invested into any of these bond ETFs, the T-bill one. I don't really know any, and to be honest, no disrespect whatsoever to NEOS, but I really haven't heard many investors talk about these ones all that much. Now to sort of go through and rank the NEOS ETFs, in my personal opinion, I would give SPY, the S&P 500 high income ETF from NEOS with a 12% more or less distribution rate, as a for sure number 1. That's because I love the S&P 500. I want a lot of it. I want a lot of S&P 500 index exposure in my long-term portfolio, and this ETF since inception has not decayed whatsoever and also paid very consistent distributions, around 50 cents per share per month. Now, number 2 would definitely have to be the NASDAQ 100 high income ETF, another one of my favorites. This one yields a little bit more. This one offers a little bit larger of a yield, 14.31%, but of course offers a little bit more volatility potentially because the NASDAQ 100 is the index exposure. Now, number 3 would probably have to be BTCI, the Bitcoin high income ETF, which has dropped like crazy as of recently. This ETF was on a run though up until as of recent. BTCI offers Bitcoin high income exposure, 28.31% yield. Now, the crazy thing with BTCI, because it offers almost a 30% distribution rate, it would take only a matter of 3, maybe 3.5 years for this ETF to completely pay back your initial investment. Now, that being said, because it's tied to Bitcoin, it's going to offer a lot more volatility exposure in your long-term portfolio. So for me, personally, I would never make this the largest position, but instead the index-based NASDAQ and of course the S&P 500 high income ETFs are my favorites. Now, after that, number 4 would have to be the NEOS Real Estate High Income ETF. I personally love real estate investment trusts. I know REITs are sort of out of style these days, but IYRI offers you exposure to some of my favorite REITs across the market, but offers you exposure to these with the cover call strategy, which means 11% distribution rate, consistent payouts, at least as of so far. The NEOS Real Estate High Income ETF would have to be number 4. Number 5 would have to be QQQH, the NASDAQ 100 Hedged Equity Income ETF. This one also not talked about as much. It's sort of boring to investors because it offers a downside protection, which a lot of investors don't really seem to care about, but still offers a 9% distribution rate and of course that hedge, which can help when the market turns ugly. The next one would have to be IAUI, the NEOS Gold High Income ETF. This ETF, I think I have a share or two of. Very small position, but that's simply because I don't really know if I want to have gold high income exposure in my portfolio, but 13% distribution rate, not bad whatsoever. And there's definitely an argument to have an alternative sort of asset position in your portfolio, at least in most investors' eyes. Now, other than those ETFs we talked about, I can't honestly say that I care for any other names enough to really buy them or build out a position in my portfolio. But that being said, NEOS high income ETFs across the board do make up a large portion of my portfolio. And these ETFs, at least generally speaking, have been amazing. Now, most importantly, before I go, I do have a question for you guys down below. What is your #1 favorite NEOS ETF across the entire lineup? Drop it in my comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.